Good morning, it's Sunday the 5th of May 2019. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. A rather cold night last night, weren't it? Cold, blimey. I come home from work, driving in my new car. Got a new car. Driving in the new car on the phone, and I got out this end and I thought, oh, it's chilly, dear. Fortunately, I had switched my central heating back on, which is very unusual. I usually turn my heating off halfway through January. We don't like to hear that meter whirring around, do we? There's people whirring around at the moment. There are people on their way here from the Isle of Wight at the moment who are meeting up with this morning. I think it was a last-minute thing. Shania, she's probably watching the show at the moment, actually. She's on a boat. She's on a ferry. She's on a not one with wings, no. She's on a ferry on her way with Daddy. I don't know if Callum's coming as well, her brother, to the mainland. They were going to go to Peterborough, but they were asking if I was playing the organ this morning, and it's not my turn this morning, so I'm not. But they're going to meet me at church. How nice is that? It's always nice to have, friends that... even better family, to be honest. But I think my sister came to church with me once, a while ago, a few months ago when she came down. So that was nice. It's lovely to have family or friends that you know, kind of from outside the church, coming to church with you. So I'm looking forward to that. I might go mad and buy them a cup of tea and a biscuit afterwards. In the little hall and show them around. So that's nice, isn't it? But as I say, quite cold today. I don't know if I should take the car or get on my bike this morning. Friday's karaoke was a bit mad. Oh yes, very good night. We had a lot of singers and a mad woman, a mad lady as well, who suddenly accused a table of nicking 15, not 50, 15 pounds out of her bag when she went to the toilet. Why you would leave your bag sitting on a table when you go to the toilet, I do not know. But people do it. You would be surprised. You would be surprised the amount of stuff that's left on tables when people, and I quote, go to the bar or I just went to the toilet for a minute. Mobile phones, car keys, wallets, purses. Not so much now, but certainly in all the places that I've ever worked, someone has come up to me on regular occurrences and says, has anyone handed my purse in? No, where was it? I left it on the table when I went to the toilet. No, of course no one's handed the purse in. Someone's nicked it, dear. And you do feel sorry for the person. But then again, you think to yourself, well, why on earth would you leave anything on the table when you go to the toilet? Anyway, she then went round to all the other tables and kept pointing at this table. They've nicked 15 pounds. I looked at the table and there were 4 people sitting there and I thought, no, you never nicked 15 quid from her. Do you know what I mean? How can you look at people? I think generally, I can anyway. I can tell who's a thief and not as a thief. And no one's nicked £15 from the... So eventually the doorman comes over. She was telling him, and he's like, well, where did you leave it? On the table. He said, well, what did you think was happened? I'm sorry it's happened. Oh, you must be in on it as well. So then she accused him of being in on it. Dear me. Oh, so that was Friday night, but a good night. It was a very, very good night indeed. And yesterday, I went to get my new car, and I'll tell you about that after I've read out this morning's early messages. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. Good morning to you, sir, on the Facebook Live. Craig McKenzie wishes us all a happy Sunday, and a happy Sunday to you as well, Craig. Good morning to Gary Davidson. Haven't seen you there for a while. Morning, Gary. Katie Ann Patterson. Good morning, Katie. Christopher Ireland says it's a beautiful day. Oh, yes. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. At 7 o'clock this morning, I was woken up by the sun pouring in through the thin curtains and waking me up, so I know it's nice, but it is cold out there. Good morning to Dean Rogers. What a beautiful sunny bank holiday. It certainly is, Dean. I hope you're well, sir. Nice to see your little face pop up there. There's Shania. Shania's with us this morning. Michael Pullman's there in Australia. Morning, Michael, where I am an evening show. I'm an evening show in Australia. Craig McKenzie, sun is out and I've just bought an Italian gelato ice cream van. Oh, how lovely. New beginnings, new adventures. My little Sophia loves it. Well, she would do. You got an ice cream van. "Oh, Craig, you must come down south, or maybe in Lincolnshire when I'm up there, and I shall purchase." I hope you do, Mr. Whippy. I like Mr. Whippy ice creams, like that, and sometimes dipped in chocolate if we're in Skegness. Thank you very much. Yes. Katie says it's getting colder in Queensland. Hurry up, summer. Yeah, only 6 months to wait, love. We're rapidly approaching our summer. It's funny, in the paper a couple of weeks ago, or it might have even been last week, they said bank holiday was going to be exceptionally good, and then we're going to have 3 months in a Spanish plume of much above average temperatures. And here we are on a very cold day. What a waste of time that is. But I think they're going to have trouble soon predicting the weather. I saw a story on various newspapers. This one's from The Guardian. And it says the introduction of... Oh, I've got something in my eye. The introduction of 5G... You never see newsreaders suddenly do that, do you? Like with their eyes. Like I do. Do you think they have them cleaned out, jet washed out before they do the show? Who's the Welsh boy? He's very good. Hugh Edwards. Hugh Edwards. You never see him go like, "Oh, sorry, I've got something in my eye." He just reads the news. Do they jet wash their eyes out before they go on air? In The Guardian, it says the introduction of 5G mobile phone networks could seriously affect weather forecasters' ability to predict major storms. That's the stark warning of meteorologists around the world, who say the next generation wireless system is now being rolled out across the globe, is likely to disrupt the delicate satellite instruments they use to monitor changes in the atmosphere. So this is interesting. The result will be impaired forecasts, poorer warnings about major storms, and loss of life, they say. The way 5G has been introduced could seriously compromise our ability to forecast major storms. This bloke says, what's his name? Tony, at the European Centre of Medium Range Weather Forecasters in Reading, which is just down the road from here. In the end, it could make the difference between life and death. We are very concerned about this. Well, it would do, wouldn't it? You know, in certain parts of the world. What about the tornadoes? I mean, are they detected by satellites? Tornadoes. If you're in a part of the world that suffers from tornadoes, you want a tornado warning so you can get underground to safety, like they did in The Wizard of Oz. Oh, I'll get you, my pretties, and your little dog too. I'm melting! And all that business. The old witch goes past the window on a bike, doesn't she, while the wind's whipping up. Well, you wouldn't get those warnings. Clearly, they didn't have them in those days, when The Wizard of Oz was real. Yeah, it's not a story, you know. The Wizard of Oz is a documentary. Did you not know that? Oh, yes. It's an actual documentary about wizards and the little people, munchkins, and the yellow brick road, which I've searched for years and I cannot find it yet. I'm thinking of painting the pavement outside or the path outside my house yellow. As this is a house of Dorothy. Thank you very much. It goes on. This story, the crisis facing the world's meteorologists stems from the fact that the radio frequencies the new 5G networks will use could contaminate critical Earth observations made by weather satellites. So we might get crap weather forecasters soon. What's the difference, dear? They told us it was going to be hot for 3 months. I see no heat coming up at this moment, dear. I've got my heating on. Listen, that's the meter going around. Shocking and frightening, that gas bill, I tell you. Just scroll back there, my darlings. Good luck with your ice cream. I'm so pleased you've got a little ice cream van. How fantastic is that? Morning to Mike Reese Ponto. Morning from down here in Portsmouth. Shania's getting into Southampton. They're just getting off the boat now. They'll be getting off that boat very soon. It's a bit of a rush to Wokingham, isn't it? Hour and a half. Eh? I'll try and save you a couple of seats. How many seats do you want saved? Because people are a bit funny in there about people sitting in their seats. If you get there about 10 to, a quarter to, it'll be fine. Mike, you had some great singers on Friday. Yes, we always stream the karaoke. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's worth the effort. It takes a little bit longer to stream. Sometimes we have a little bit of a problem, but you understand that anyway. We just restart it and it works. I think that happened Friday. Didn't that happen Friday? Didn't we start and the picture was freezing? So I just restarted the computer and that sorts it out. Katie says her little girl messaged her last night from America. She sent me a video of squirrels. Oh, I don't like squirrels. I'm sorry. They invaded my loft a few years ago. Absolute evil things. Evil, evil. They're called we call them tree rats. Tree rats, yes. Morning to Mark Jones. Good morning, Mark. Adrian Richardson, you did such a good impression of a witch. Came so naturally. I think it could be a new career if it isn't already one of those spells. I don't like frogs. Hello to Diane Jeb. Morning. Alan Russell's there, who's coming along to London for 2 weeks. Good morning, Alan. Over on YouTube, Joanna is already there. Good morning, Joanna. You're the only one on YouTube this morning, aren't you, love? Welcome along to our little show. Hope you enjoy it. Okay. So yesterday, I went to get my new car. So in the morning, what time did I get up? I suppose I got up about 9 o'clock yesterday, a little bit later than usual. I tend to get up a bit later now on Saturdays because Friday, I do find Friday very tiring. Friday nights at Central Station, the karaoke there can be extremely tiring. What it is, good morning, Maureen. Welcome along. Maureen was there yesterday. Maureen popped along. Sorry, not yesterday. Friday to the karaoke. She's become a Friday regular. Maureen's become a Friday regular. I do find Friday nights in particular quite tiring because there's a lot of people to deal with who want things all the time. Oh, can you do that? Oh, Chris, can you? Chris. And everyone's shouting your name all the time and giving you bits of paper. And there's a lot to deal with, really. And to try as much as possible and keep a smiling face at the same time so that everyone feels welcome. I like to try and make people feel welcome. And sometimes it gets a bit much and I get in the car and I'm just whacked and I just want to go home. You know what I mean? I'm so tired at the end of the night sometimes. I get back here. I had something to eat. Went to bed and I think I got up about 9 o'clock. I had my appointment at Toyota at 11 o'clock. So that was all right. So I left. I had my breakfast, watched a little bit of television. And about 10 o'clock I started emptying the old car. And it's surprising how much you carry around in the car. When you go to empty it, to change cars, and I'm sure some of you have done exactly the same, you had it with bags full of stuff. You think, where did all this stuff come from? Just stuff. Nothing in particular. Little bottles of things. And there's a small bottle of rum in there. Like, you know, one from an airplane. I don't know how that got in it. I don't drink rum. Oh, I know who that is. That'd be Chris. That'd be young Chris who was in hospital when I gave him a lift home. That must be his. There's a small bottle of rum in there. And, you know, tissues, loads of tissues, pair of nail clippers, endless pens. You know, you're looking around in the car, can't find a pen anywhere. Well, you empty your car, you find about 10 of the blooming things all over the place. I've got spare wires in the back. So much stuff. Really, and you put it all in your bags, and you think you've cleared out the car and all that. And right, so there we are. And then it went on its final voyage. Went on its final voyage to Toyota in what's the name of the area? It's not Reading. No, it's not Reading. Binfield. I think they call it Binfield, the area that the Toyota place is in. So I got there, and the salesman was there, ready to meet me. And another delightful lady who was on the kind of reception desk there. Like she's the reception for everything in there. The sales, the repairs, you know, the servicing and all that. Not the usual girl. The usual girl was Suzanne, who is such a delight. She really is. They bend over backwards for you in there. The service is really good. Really good. I've never complained. I've been buying from them now for 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I must have been buying cars from them now for 15 years. I've been dealing with this garage now for 15 years. Absolutely fantastic service. They're called Jemca. Jemca. Jemca Jemca Toyota in Bracknell. And they really have got the servicing down to the T. The only thing I get a little bit pissed off with is when they ring you. Oh, hello, Mr. Wynn. Just reminding you about your service. I don't want to be phoned. I can't stand it. You know, you're like, I know when my service is. Send me an email if you want, and I'll deal with it as and when. But if you don't answer the phone, they keep blooming ringing. So I had to send him a letter to stop ringing me. I think it was it might have been a bit sharp, the letter, to be honest. I can't bear it. wanting something all the time. It's bad enough at work. Want this, want this, want this. No, you're not going to do it on the phone as well. Not anyone. It gets on my nerves. But apart from that, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Suzanne is a delight. You go in there, she'll make you a cup of tea from the brand new tea machine, which dispenses boiling water, not hot, boiling water. So you get a decent cup of tea in there with proper PG Tips tea bags, not the economy ones that you find at Asda or somewhere like that. Proper tea bags, dear. And you get a biscuit as well. And you sit there and you wait. Well, yesterday got in Dave, the salesman, who's of a comparable age to myself. I think he's probably about the same age as me, which immediately puts you on the same level. I can't deal with a young salesman. I really can't deal with the bullshit that they come out with. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I can't deal with a young salesman. He's on the same, so we're on the same level. We got the same sense of humour, this, that and the other. Of course, he's trying to sell you a car, so he knows what to say. He's had the years of experience behind him, and he does the job very well. And he's really nice, and I can sit there for hours with him and talk. There we are. So I'm sitting there, got my car. He said, have you emptied your car? I said, yeah, that's all done. He said, I bet you haven't emptied everything. I said, I bet I have. He said, have you taken the stickers off the window? Something like perhaps a recycling? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, anything else? Right, okay, so I went out to the car, got the sticker, because here in Bracknell, our rubbish tip, you have to have a special sticker that the council sends you free of charge, I think it is, to put on your car. If you haven't got that sticker on there, they won't let you dump anything at the municipal dump. Not that everyone does that. Oh, fly tipping is disgusting. Isn't that disgusting? Fly tipping. Have you ever seen anyone? I don't think I've ever actually seen someone do it. But you're driving along, and then suddenly there's like a settee that has been dumped by the side of a road in a fit. Oh, it's disgusting, people that fly tip. Even then, I've seen people in McDonald's, and they're driving along McDonald's, and suddenly a McDonald's rubbish bag comes out of the car window onto the motorway. Disgusting people. Filthy, disgusting, trashy people. That's what they are. Awful. So we sign some bits of paper, and then the money man comes in, the finance man. Simon is his name. And he's all right. Very, very dry sense of humour, but I think I pissed him off. Because he's sitting there, all right? I said, nah, not really. He said, well, what's up? I said, I can't stand all this. He said, what do you mean? I said, all this coming in here, signing bits of paper, trying to do a deal, having these conversations. I just want to come in here and collect a car. Oh, right. After that, he didn't speak to me after that. He just typed in, okay, just sign that there, sign that there. And then he said, well, I'm sorry it's not been a nice experience for you. I'll see you soon, and walked off. I think I upset him. I don't think he got it. Oh well, and he's too young. He's probably 40, you see, so he didn't get millennial type, so he didn't get it. But never mind, he's all right. He is, Simon, and I thought he had the same sort of sense of humour as me, but he didn't. Never mind. So then Dave comes back. I told Dave what had just happened, and he laughed. So we then went out to the new car, and the door opens, and that smell hits you, doesn't it? Oh, God, the smell, which of course, is all chemicals. There's nothing natural about the smell of a new car. It's all chemicals. I remember another I think it was a lady, actually, sales lady once I got in a car. And she said, people will always say the smell of the new cars, and then you tell them that it's solvents and chemicals that they've used, and then they quickly open all the windows. Do you like the smell of a new car? And we're sitting in there, and he's explaining all the functions. I assumed, because it's the same model, although an updated one of the one I've got now, because I was very, 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 very happy with the last one, which was a silver RAV4. Toyota RAV4, that was a silver. Well, they've updated now, they've changed the front of it and inside. And actually, there's quite a lot of difference inside now. There really is. A lot of difference inside, new buttons and things like that. And then he said, of course, there's your little drawer for the sunglasses. I said, oh, I haven't collected my sunglasses from the other car. So I've gone back to the old car then and got my sunglasses out of there. They're nothing special. I got them from Florida, actually. But they are special because I remember being in the sunglasses shop, which was in the Florida, one of the Florida designer outlets, with my nephew. About 4 or 5, when he was 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Yeah, about 5 years ago when I was in Florida with my nephew. And I was like, oh, I like those sunglasses. Well, buy them then. Oh, I don't know if I should. Go on, buy them. And so I bought them. So they're kind of special because he told me to buy them and I did. I know it probably sounds stupid to you, that does, but to me they're special. So got them back out, put them in the new receptacle, in the new car, and that was it really. I completely forgot to bring the old registration documents, also known as the logbook, to the old car. So I then drove the new car back here, collected my documents, and went back there. What a lovely drive! You feel like you're floating on air. You really do. It's such a nice drive. It feels more comfortable than the last one. Apparently, it's slightly shorter and slightly narrower outside, but it's bigger inside. You certainly do feel the space inside of it. You really do. And it's got a couple of things on it that I haven't had before. I've had cruise control before. That's where you push a button and it goes at the speed that you've set it at without you having to touch the pedals. So it's got that, but it's got radar cruise control. Okay, so you're driving along. I mean, you wouldn't do it in London or somewhere like that, but once you're on the motorway, you set your speed. Generally on the motorway, I'm about 55 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour. So you set at 55, and then you take your foot off the pedal, and it just goes at 55 mile an hour. The difference with this one is it got radar cruise control, which means if you catch up, if there's another car in front, you're probably bad. And if you catch up with that car in front, then at a given space, it will then slow down to the speed that the car's going in front. Okay? So you can't hit it. And then if that car then speeds up, it then goes back up to the speed that you set yours at. So it's got that. It's got this braking system thing, which I mean, I don't know how you'd try this out actually without risking your life, but if you get too close to a car in front, I think something happens. Maybe the steering wheel shakes slightly, and then if you don't brake, it will brake for you. It does that. And the other thing I discovered last night on the way to work, which he did tell me about this bloke, was assisted, I think it's called lane control. Or assisted lane something or else. I can't remember what it is exactly. But anyway, so you're on the motorway, right? You're in a lane. And we've all done it, you may be a little bit tired at night, something like that. And you're like, and you kind of go over onto the white line. The steering wheel will try and push you back into that lane. And you can feel it doing that. It's not like that. It's kind of like that. You feel it pushing against you, trying to get you back in the lane. So I thought, well, I wonder how good this is. So I literally held the steering wheel very, very lightly and went along in cruise. So no feet on the pedals, okay? Because we're in cruise control, okay? Hands slightly on the steering wheel, but not really pulling it one way or the other. And I'm on the motorway, 55 mile an hour. It is driving in between the lanes on its own. I kid you not. Wow. I mean, that is so close to an automatic car. It really is, without actually having to do anything at all. Fantastic. I never experienced anything like that. And this just carries on all the time. And then, so if it pulls one way, but if you push against it, you can override it. It doesn't force you to do that. So, for example, I suppose, if you saw something in front of you and it's trying to then you simply pull it that way and it will go that way. It's not something that you can't override. Similar with the cruise control. If you suddenly brake, it's not going to carry on moving forward. It will stop. So fantastic. Assisted lane control, I think it is, or something like that. Really, really good. So very, very pleased with it. And I got to work and got back again. Heating's nice in it. It's got that nice new sort of heating smell when you turn the heating on at the moment. And no one's farted in it yet. Which is a real bonus. And that's it. So very, very pleased indeed. I would just want to mention again the service at Jemca Toyota again. 15 years I've been with them now, and the service is really, really good in there. Top. Absolutely top service. So I collected that. Then I went and collected Ronnie for lunch. He likes it as well. We popped around for lunch. We went into Sainsbury's first because I didn't have any I'd run out of baked beans, so I wanted to get some in Sainsbury's, and they didn't have my brand, unfortunately. But I thought, I'd get some ice cream as it's a special day today. And went over to Sainsbury's ice cream cabinet. They have a very large selection now of vegan ice cream. I didn't go to buy vegan ice creams, but there they were, an entire fridge, top to bottom, full of vegan ice creams, all different makes. Ben and Jerry's do one. I think it's slightly dearer. I don't know why the vegan stuff is slightly dearer. Maybe they don't, because they don't sell as much yet. But they have loads of vegan ice creams in there. So I bought a Madagascar vanilla ice cream from Sainsbury's. Now, was it Ben & Jerry's or was it something else? Can't remember the make. Doesn't matter, but I bought that. I thought we'd try that out. Got back to my house. I did some chips. Which I make myself out of potatoes. I don't open a packet. I get potatoes, cut them up. Well, I've got a little machine, not an electric machine. You kind of put the potato on, and then you push this handle down, and it pushes it through little square things like that, and chips come out the other end. Very clever. Chuck them on a plate, give them a quick spray with fry light in the oven for about 20 minutes. A couple of Linda McCartney burgers as well, and I had one tin of baked beans left, so I had those, and that was nice. And then we're watching Dynasty, the latest episode of Dynasty, available on Netflix. Hilarious as always, which we love. Then we had the ice cream, and it was really nice. This ice cream, it's tasted ever so creamy, much more creamy than the one with milk in it. So that was vegan ice cream from Sainsbury's. Try it, Madagascar vanilla. There's all other different flavours in there as well. There's a coconut one and all sorts of stuff in there. Worth a try. Worth a try, really. It wasn't horrible. Some of the vegan stuff I've had is disgusting. Just a lot of the cheese. You're going to be very wary of vegan cheese. You'll have to try quite a few different ones. I'm not vegan, I'm vegetarian. But nevertheless, I'll try most things as long as they're not dead animals. Vegan ice cream, vegan cheese, you gotta be aware of it. A lot of it is absolutely vile. It really is vile stuff. Watch out for that. A nice one is a Violite. Violi. It's either TE or GHG. I think it's GH. Let me think. I can't remember. Anyway, it's Violite, one spelling or the other, the correct spelling or the sort of chavvy spelling, Lite. That one's okay. It comes in as slices. That one's not too bad at all. So we watched that, had the vegan ice cream. The time went so quick, and then it was 4 o'clock. I thought, well, how did that happen? But then I remembered I had been in the office a long time, signing bits of paper and doing my car handover and all that business. Managed to get in the garage all right without scraping the doors, because the garage and the car, the garage is a little bit small for the car really, but I'm getting in and out there all right, because as I say, it's slightly narrower than the last one, so it shouldn't be a problem. Drove to work. I picked up some sort of cough on the way to work, but it seems to have gone now, just perhaps a 12-hour thing or something like that. And that was it. One of the other things I bought in Sainsbury's yesterday was this pouch of baked beans, Heinz Creations, I think they were called. And they do various different ones. There's a curry and lentil one. This one was Spanish onions and cheese or something in this pouch of beans. I thought, well, I'll have that when I get home. So I went to work, had a great show last night. Earl Grey, who was hilarious. Really old school. That went very well. Got home and I thought, I'll try these beans. Well, I'm sorry. I got my pan out that I usually do a tin of beans with. Opened the pouch, poured them in there. I thought, well, where is it? Not a large portion at all. I would have had to have 2 of those, really. And I'm looking at that. I think, well, I'm not going to enjoy that, am I? There's hardly anything there. So I then opened a tin of they were as Aldi beans, which are okay, but I wouldn't eat them on their own because there's not much flavour. So I put the Aldi beans, a whole tin of Aldi beans, in with the pouch of this Heinz Creations things, and I had that. Oh, it was quite nice, actually. Was it a fly or a spider? I don't know what's hanging down it. Oh, it must be. Oh, it was all cobwebs in. Cobwebs in the light above me there. So not enough food in. Maybe I should send them a small portion, very small portion. Very, very disappointed. And that's it. That's it. Two people I've bumped into this weekend, funnily enough, who have been on, like me, have been on the Slimming World, came off it and started putting the weight on again. And it seems to be happening to a few of us at the moment because we just don't seem to be able to get on it. I don't know why that is. It's just one of those things. While I was having dinner last night, I watched Casualty before I went to bed. There's a great story running at the moment in that about Duffy, who's one of the head nurses, and she's got dementia. And it's very touching, actually. So if you want to watch that, it's very good. The whole dementia storyline. She's early stages, so that will play out presumably over a few years. I don't think dementia makes you go down really quickly, does it? It's not something that you get and then a week later you don't know anyone's name. I think it's a long, quite a long illness, that one. And there we are. That was my day yesterday and Friday. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's go on to some of your messages, boys and girls. Oh, it's quite a lot there, isn't there? Let's just scroll back slightly there. Good morning to Dr. SOS Gregorian. Good morning to you. Off to church. I go soon. We'll watch later. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Hope you have lots of nice singing today. Good morning to Martyn Edwards, who is in Zante. Is it Zante or Zante? Zante. Is that Greece? La Grèce. They don't do too well on the Eurovision song. Eurovision in 2 weeks' time. That's come round quick, hasn't it? Yeah. Mike, perhaps you need an assistant to help you at karaoke. If I lived closer, I would offer. No, probably not, Mike. I'm no good working with people. No, I'm a bit of a one-man band, I am. You would get in the way. You would get in the way, I'm afraid. Thank you for the offer. Adrian, did you just say that you get serviced really well? Yes, all the time, my friend, all the time. Isn't he being rude this morning? Car dealerships like to chat for ages. I hate that. Depends. If you make it known that you don't want to chat like I did with the finance guy, they soon go away. Mike, if only they could bottle the smell of a new car so you could keep smelling like new forever. Isn't there some sort of spray that you can get? I think there's a spray you can get, a new car spray or something like that. Good morning to Weird City Citizen over on the YouTube there, who's impressed with the lane control. Yeah, lane control, it's very good. HP or Heinz? The creations thing were Heinz. Heinz Creations. They used to do them in tins, and that was a decent portion. But the ones in little pouches, there's like half a can in there, if that. Very disappointed. Someone's saving money again at the top. Well, I won't buy them again. It's as simple as that. I can't buy 2 pouches. Not at one. I think they were not cheap. I think they were $1.75 or $1.50 up at the Sainsbury's, something like that. You know. Morning to Michael Lawrence. Good morning, young Michael. Welcome to the show. You're chatting to each other there, which is nice. Who's enjoying the sunshine. Good morning to Mark. Rob, Shaggy Kershaw. Was your car a lease car? That's correct, Rob. Self-employed. I lease. I don't own my car. I lease it. So you pay so much per month. Okay, that's how I do cars. Then I send that to the tax man and he gives me so much back. All quite legal. All right. Good morning to Craig McKenzie. Vegan ice cream. You gave me an idea. You could do that in your little van. It's very fashionable at the moment, this whole vegan thing. It's funny how that exploded this year, didn't it? It really did explode in January of this year. A lot of supermarkets and places are catching on to the idea. Haven't McDonald's they've got a vegan thing, haven't they? I know TGI Fridays do a vegan burger. I had one when I was in Cyprus a few weeks ago. Absolutely delicious. You wouldn't know the difference. Seriously. You wouldn't know the difference. Thank you. Good morning to Mazamal, isn't it? Mazamal, sorry. Good morning to you, sir. Morning, welcome to the show. Michael, final line of duty tonight. Anyone guess who is H? Well, I thought Line of Duty is on BBC One, also available on the BBC iPlayer in full colour. And if you've not seen it, it's really good. Last one is tonight. Who is H? My mate think it's the older lady, not old, older lady with the black hair, who's like in one of the main offices. It's difficult to tell. I think it could be the young girl. You know, his partner, the one with the beard, his partner. I think it could be her. Of course, all along, we thought it was the bloke who's in charge, the gaffer. The gaffer, we thought it was the bloke in charge, but I don't think it is him. I think it might be the girl with the short haircut, but we see. We see tonight, Line of Duty on BBC One, colour at 9 o'clock. Programmes tonight on BBC One. Oh, yes. Looking forward to that. Thank you. Morning to Ray Reynolds joining us there. And Katie likes the new car smell as well. Oh, you got a Mazda 3. Yes, Mazda 3. I know the Mazda car, very popular. Rob says, I've had a salary sacrifice car through work. Salary sacrifice car? What's that? Through work, which works like a lease car. I'm worrying about the wear and tear policy when handing it back. There's nothing wrong with the car, but I'm stressing out that it has to be handed back in on November on the showroom condition I received when brand new. No, I've had lease cars now for years. Literally 15 years I've had lease cars. I've never ever had a problem when handing back. They expect it to look a little bit worn. They really do. Don't worry about it, Rob. Honestly, don't worry too much about it. I've never ever had a problem with that. Okay? Adrian says, H, it is hard to believe it's me who is H. I don't think so, Adrian. You're not a member of the police force, are you, my dear? Not a member of the police force at all, are you? No. Anyway, I must get myself ready soon. Shania's coming down to church today. That's very exciting. Some stories for you this morning. It'll be a short show for you. I say short, you know. Short. I've still been here nearly 45 minutes, haven't I? I say short. How about this? I mean, what an idiot this bloke is. It's in the Sun, and I saw this last week. A motorist who dodged jail for badly hurting a mum in a crash has finally been locked up. Do you know why? He went to court, he got banned from driving, came out of the courthouse, walked along the road, got into his car and drove off. Laughing. I mean, how stupid can you be? One of these people who think, no, I can do anything I want. And there's a lot of those around, isn't there? There's an awful lot of those around. I mean, my heart goes out to you if you've got a neighbour who thinks it's perfectly acceptable to have their music on whenever they want because they can. Just dreadful people who don't care or worry about anyone else that's around them. And there's so many of them. You've only got to go down. You go up to Blooming Supermarket today and you'll see her in there. Oh, great big things, pushing prams. And if you get in their way, it's your fault. They're awful, awful people. And the world is getting more and more of them. Well, let's read the story word for word. In the Sun this morning, a motorist who dodged jail for badly hurting a mum in a crash has finally been locked up for driving away from court just minutes after a judge banned him from the roads. I mean, I don't think he is stupid. I think he's just one of those people who thinks he can do whatever he wants. He's 20 years old, student, Safe Shake, I think it is, hit a pedestrian as she went to visit her son, who's in hospital. He admitted causing serious injury by dangerous driving on Wednesday, but was back behind the wheel the same day, moments after being handed an interim disqualification ahead of his sentencing. He was spotted walking 50 yards to the car park and driving off in his Golf. There's no respect for the law at all. Jailing him for 12 weeks, good. The judge said probation have told me you have expressed remorse, but at the same time you have sought to blame others and sought to avoid culpability. You were well aware you were disqualified from driving. You were given that indication by a Crown Court judge, but you chose, for reasons best known to yourself, to immediately leave the court building and get into your car and drive the not inconsiderable distance to your home address. It's difficult to imagine a more flagrant breach of a court order. This is an offence which is so serious that only a custodial sentence is appropriate. His lawyer had earlier successfully pleaded for sentence to be postponed until he sits first-year exams at Manchester Metropolitan University. See, what difference does that make whether he's got exams to sit or not? You broke the law. All this blooming mitigating circumstances all the time that they come out with. Oh, yes, I was very drunk and I was driving the car, but please, I need it for my job. No, you broke the law. Ban you. That's it. Mitigating circumstances all the time. Okay, I'll give you, if you're done for speeding because you're transporting someone who's very sick to a hospital, something like that. Yeah, okay. You need the car to do your first year exams? Sorry, mate, you mucked up. He's originally from Bradford and no previous convictions, so he hasn't done anything wrong before, according to this. But when he's got one of those faces that looks like, he just wants to do whatever he wants to do and sod everyone else. One of those. There's so many of those people around there, really is. Craig says, is there such a thing as a vegan hot dog? Yes, there is, and Katie has seen one as well. Yes, you can actually get vegan frankfurters from Sainsbury's. Quorn do them. They're all right. They're actually very nice. Go and try them out. Go up to Sainsbury's. I think quite a few supermarkets do them. If they sell Quorn, they may or may not have them. I think frankfurters, Quorn frankfurters are chiller cabinet. I don't think you get frozen one of those. I'm pretty sure they're chiller cabinet. There are tofu hot dogs as well. Now, I've not had those before. And they'd be like in one of those shrink-wrapped plastic, things that they'd like hang on, whatever. So that's quite nice. Yeah, I've had those before. They're all right. Texture not exactly the same as a normal frankfurter, I'll warn you. But it's not far off it. Quite nice. Nice few onions. That's what you want on there. Onions. Onions and tomato sauce on hot dogs. I'm so tempted now to have that for lunch, actually. And talking of food and supermarkets, this is in the Daily Mirror this morning. A young lady doesn't like Aldi. Are you ready for this? In the Daily Mirror, Aldi is perfect when it comes to feeding all the family without breaking the bank and picking up a brilliant bargain. And it is. I am an Aldi shopper. I moved from Waitrose, which I cannot fault. I cannot fault Waitrose. They are the top customer service. The staff are friendly. They bend over backwards to look after you. But the price difference between them and Aldi is substantial. To be fair to Waitrose, it's not just them. Whenever I go into Sainsbury's now, I feel ripped off. I do. The price between normal supermarkets and Aldi, I don't really go to Lidl. There is one, but it's not walking. Aldi is walking distance to me. And I go to the Aldi in Skegness and the one in Boston as well. That's where I do most of my shopping now, Aldi. I think they're brilliant. It says, while most of us love the budget supermarket, one mum really isn't a fan. In fact, she's so unimpressed that she says she had a hilarious rant online about the issues with the stores. She claims there's no right time to shop there and says your children will absolutely destroy you if you take them with you. She's reported in the Cambridge News. So this is what she's written here. Well, bugger me. There is no right time to do an Aldi shop. If you choose to take your beautiful children, they will absolutely destroy you. Can I have this useless stuff I'll never use, Mummy? Can I have a crappy magazine that I'll probably eat when I'm bored with an even crappier choke hazard toy inside it for £6, Mummy? Can I have 369 bananas, Mummy? Can I have 4 packs of Kinder eggs, Mummy? To be fair, I mean, this is all stuff you can get in other supermarkets anyway. She says, shut the hell up. Can I have my bladder control back that you both took when you shot out, you thieving little kids? No, I can't. She says, within 2 minutes of stepping inside, you're approximately £10 down already. You're hiding behind the cereal, having an anxiety attack, popping PRN propranolol from your bag, that must be some type of pill or something, while carrying a rubbish magazine, 369 bananas, and watching your 3-year-old totally lose her marbles on the floor because you won't buy her every Kinder Egg from the shelves. If you choose to go alone on the very rare occasion you have no kids, bloody Doreen's always out and she will always mess with your day. Everybody knows Aldi is a one-way system. You go in, then up and down the aisles in a one-way system until you get to Turbo Trace's till at the end when you need another propranolol. If you get to the milk and realise you forgot the bread, tough, you're screwed. You have to go back to the beginning and round again. It's the unwritten rule, yes? No, not Doreen. She's a bloody rebel. She cuts across all the aisles without checking her blind spots, like the bastard Stig in Bugatti, and nearly takes you out, all for the pack of partly cooked, crusty cobs that she can't even chew. It goes on, it says, while most people love Aldi and its prices, many did find themselves chuckling at the very relatable points. The brutally honest Facebook post has been shared thousands of times and won the hearts of exhausted parents all over the country. So next time you go shopping at Aldi and forget the bread, think about her list and don't be like Doreen. Aldi has already treated shoppers to lots of amazing products, which makes this summer even more fun. They've got a bargain garden log burner. Not those sort of logs, wooden ones, which is already sold out online. Hardly surprising, it only costs 60 quid, where they're normally about 100 quid. They're also bringing back semi-legendary Big Daddy steak, described as the perfect barbecue showstopper. 16 ounces, my God. 16 ounces of dead animal for you. So there we are. So that's her thoughts on Aldi. And I must say, when I started going there, I didn't like it. But I've got used to it. I know the staff there. There's a really delightful German bloke who works there as well. And I was in there last week, maybe Monday, Tuesday night or something like that with my mate. And he was there, the German store assistant. And he stopped and spoke to me. And he said, I wish all our customers were as nice as you. Is that a nice thing to say to someone? I wish all my customers were as nice as you. What a lovely thing to say that was. Just scroll back a little bit there, my darlings, and I'll keep up with you if I can. Where are we? There we are. Michael Lawrence. I was out to dinner last night and the language of a dad's mouth so bad that his son was copying. Oh, it's not good, is it, hearing parents swear to their children in a... What are you effing doing? You've heard it in the supermarket. Dreadful people, the way they talk to their children, some of them. Morning to Tony Power. Good morning, Tony. Getting excited for the Eurovision, aren't you, my friend? Mark is in Rome at the moment. He says, hi from a wet Rome. Off to the Trevi Fountain today. My last full day here, off home tomorrow. Oh, you'll love that. You wait till you see that fountain. That is something to see to be believed. You will love that. Little water pouring out of little figures' mouths and things like that. Did you go to Vatican, Mark? Did you manage to get into the Vatican? Do let us know. Katie, us Australians are watching Lego Masters. Awesome show. I don't know what is that, Lego Masters? I don't know what that is. Not sure what that is. Weird City Citizen uses Waitrose, but I may give Aldi a go. Yeah, you can't beat Waitrose for service and cleanliness and fresh food. You can't. They are absolutely the top dog. You want cheap and cheerful? Go to Aldi. That's how it is, all right? What's the fruit like in Aldi? It's hard to get good fruit. That's why I sacked Morrison's. Feel it and look at it. Okay? Blueberries, they seem to have, or they did have, not this time though, they seem to keep having a bit of a problem with the blueberries and the black Bracknell branch. In that you get them home and 2 days later you open them and there's mouldy ones in there. And yet there's still 3 or 4 days in date. So look at them carefully first. And you don't. The trouble with blueberries is that you can't feel them. They're in the plastic packet. You don't want soft ones. If they've gone soft, they're about to go. And that's the only problem. So generally, now I don't have this problem with the Skegness Aldi or the Boston one. It's the Bracknell one that seems to have a problem with keeping the blueberries fresh. I don't know why. I've written to them a couple of times about that, and it still happens. You know, there was one particular time I went in there, and there was three boxes of blueberries. 3 cases. So box of blueberries, I don't know, 2 for 50 little plastic packets in there. Okay, and there were 3 of them stacked one on top of the other. They had 3 or 4 days left on the date, and I looked at them. Every single one of these boxes had mouldy ones in there, and I told them. I said, "Oh, something must have gone wrong with the fridge." And I said, "Well, it's happened before. You've got to look in that move them around. If there's a single mouldy one in there, put it back. You don't want it, okay?" Mark says the Colosseum was amazing. We went in, cleared, not got time for the Vatican. Oh, Mark. Oh, what a blooming shame. I can't believe you've not got to the Vatican, but there you go. One of those things, I suppose. You'll have trouble today anyway because it's a Sunday and they'll have masses going on all day in there. People praying. Let me let you into a secret. Do you know the whole Catholic thing, Mark? You'd get away with pretending to be a Catholic, wouldn't you? All you've got to do is go up the side. So the Vatican's in front of you. If it still works the same way, you've got the queue of people, tourists on the right. On the left, right against the wall, you can go in up there. You get to the top. Are you here for Mass? Yes, please. Where do I go? In. Right? That's a secret. Don't tell other people. For Catholics only, dear. Okay? You say, okay, you won't be tested. They won't say, okay, can you recite the Hail Mary to me? But that's how to get in quicker. All right? So you've got the tourists on the right. They're all going for a metal thing and all that business. Queue, you'll see the queue a mile long. So Vatican's in front of you. On the left, and you won't see it, okay? Get right over to the left and try and walk up. I think there's stairs, or I can't remember if it's stairs or a ramp. Get over up the left, and there's another entrance there, and and that's for people who are going to Mass. And actually, you could sit there at a Mass as well if you wanted to, and just feel the experience. You don't need to be religious. Just feel the experience. Maybe you'll join up afterwards. I don't know. I'm doing my bit for Father David. Thank you very much. Okay. Adrian, I always get a good blueberries from Waitrose. Always the Waitrose. I don't think I've ever had blueberries from Waitrose and they've gone mould, ever. I told you, they are the top people for food, Waitrose, absolutely. Mike says Aldi don't have a great range of vegan or vegetarian food. Correct. Iceland have a good range, they do. And you're absolutely right there, they don't have a good range of vegetarian stuff in Aldi. They have some, and what they have is very cheap. The packets of corn cubes are like $1.50 there. Everywhere else, they tend to be £2. So there's quite a lot of saving there to be made. All right. Okay, where were we? Mark, my friend's wedding was an amazing church. Was up top of a Roman fort. Well, I bet that was good, weren't it? Imagine getting married in Rome or somewhere like that. I was best man at my friend's wedding in one of the Caribbean countries, not Barbados, not Sri Lanka. Begins with L. Oh, what's the name of that blooming country? I can't remember now. Can't remember the name of the country now. Isn't that funny? Gosh. Yeah, you got Jamaica, Barbados, Dominican Republic. What's the one beginning with L? Caribbean, not Africa, Caribbean country, beginning with L. Can't remember. Anyway, I was a best man there. His wife, unfortunately, died a few years ago. She was very young. She got the dreaded breast cancer, I'm afraid. But it was a lovely time. Not Lagos, not Lithuania. How is Lithuania the Caribbean? Please. Good morning to you, Todd, joining us towards the end of the show now. We're nearly finished now, boys and girls. Can't remember. Tony says, I'm more excited about my new single release with the 3 degrees. Oh, yes. Not Lagos. No, that's not Caribbean Lagos, is it? Isn't that Africa? Lagos. Hang on. Caribbean. Oh, let me look it up. Caribbean country beginning with L. I bet it's not even L, actually. List of islands in the Caribbean. Here we are. I'll find it in here. One moment, please. Oh, it's not L. It is. St. Lucia. So, kind of L. SL. St. Lucia, that's where I went. St. Lucian. St. Lucia. That was lovely there. Oh, yes. Very nice. So I was best man at my mate's wedding, and that was nice. Alrighty, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. It's birthday time here on United Kingdom Talk on this Sunday, the 5th of May, 2019. I'll do yesterday's birthdays as well afterwards because we weren't here yesterday. Linda. Good morning, Linda Buckingham. Oh, there you are, my dear. Happy birthday to Linda. Queen of all... I think it's you. Hang on a minute. Can't remember your surname now. How rude is that? One minute. No, No, it's another Linda. I think it's... Oh, just a minute. I'll have to check your profile picture now to see I've got the right person. I don't like to make a mistake, dear. I did make a mistake about 3 years ago. Profile pic. Oh, these are all pictures of your little grandchildren. There's none of you. Is that you there? Hang on a minute. Is that you? No, it's not. It's not. Sorry. I nearly confused you with another Linda there. So happy birthday to Miss Linda Buckingham, a very young 58 today. Happy birthday, Linda. All right, my darling. Sorry to get your name confused with someone else there. Marvee Woods. Good morning, Marvee Woods. Happy birthday on the Sunday to you. Przemek Janoski. Good morning. Happy birthday to you. Martyn Cossins. Happy birthday. Divina de Campo. 36 years old today. You will have seen Divina on that music show, that talent show that they have on BBC One Colour with 100 judges. She's the one with the red hair, the drag queen. She sits round about the middle somewhere. Okay, she's quite central on there. The one with the red hair, that's Divina. Worked with her a few times. An absolutely delight to work with as well. Good morning. Happy birthday to you, my darling. Vanity Von Glow, another one there. Good morning. Another drag queen. Good morning, Vanity. Myles Roberts today is 41 years old. Brendan Richard Mead, good morning. Happy birthday to you. And Sasha Louise Jones, birthday today. Good morning, Sasha. A very young 30 years old. Let's see, we've got enough of birthdays for yesterday. So birthdays for Saturday, the 4th of May, 2019 to Andy Garcia Valerino. What a name. Beautiful. 53 years old. Happy birthday. Leigh Breach, birthday yesterday. Trindy. Good morning, Trindy. Trindy Aurora, 59 years old today. Only one more year to the big 6-0, Trindy. Very good friend of mine who I worked with some years ago. Happy birthday, Trindy. Used to run a nightclub as well, The Fridge. You may have heard of The Fridge in Brixton. He used to do a night there called Daisy Chain. Some years ago that was, though. Happy birthday, Trindy. Georgina Bracknell. Yesterday, was 29 years old. Dolah Brown yesterday was 54 years old. And James Herr, music man extraordinaire. Look like you're on holiday at the moment somewhere. So happy birthday to you for yesterday as well, Jim. I haven't seen you for some time, so happy birthday yesterday. Sorry? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Shut up, Joanna. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Joanna's got her earplugs in again when I'm singing, haven't you? A mustache, boys and girls. Thanks ever so much for joining us on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. The sun's out at the moment. I don't know if it's going to stay like that all day, but it is a bit chilly outside. I've got all my washing hanging on the line. Hopefully it will dry so I can take that up to my caravan tomorrow. I can't wait to show my sister my new car tomorrow. That's on Tuesday when I finish work. There we are. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheerio now.